Hello and welcome to the Experiencing Love podcast. I'm your host, Philip Jocks, and I'm so glad that you're here. To start, a quick reminder. You are enough. You are enough. You are more than your fears. You are more than your challenges. You are more than your victories. You are more than enough. Whatever's going on in your life right now that may feel like it's holding you back, just know that it's happening for you, not to you. It might not make sense right now. It might seem like the universe is out to get you, or you may be saying things like, bad things always happen to me. But I could promise you this, everything happens for a reason. And when you start to notice what those reasons are, your life starts to feel better. Everybody experiences those tough times. Everybody has their challenges. Everybody has their obstacles. Everybody has their dramas and traumas. No one is spared from what we call the human condition. You may not think that the challenges that someone else has are really that challenging, but that's because they're not your challenges. It's someone else's. Someone else is going through their life with their experiences and their perspectives, and they have things that are hard for them. They have things that are hard for them that other people don't think is all that much. And the same goes for you. There are plenty of people out there looking at what you're going through, saying, there's an easy solution to that. That's simple. I would overcome that in minutes. And on the opposite side of the spectrum, there's also people that look at your challenges and find them deathly terrifying. No one is spared from the human condition. It's really easy to act out of fear. When we're afraid and our brains go into that reptilian brain mode, when we start thinking out of, I believe it's the amygdala, rather than our prefrontal cortex, life is just reaction. We may not feel good, but you'll notice that things happen almost fluidly. We naturally respond in that state. Again, it may not be comfortable, but we do act. And also, oftentimes, not in the best way. We act in ways that hurt other people, hurt ourselves. I've caused myself pain, and I've caused myself even more struggles many times in my life whenever I acted from a place of fear. Very rarely did coming from a place of fear make my life substantially better. In fact, I don't think it ever did. Yet it was always important for me to act that way because it taught me lessons, and I learned in those moments. The best way that I've ever responded to the world and to myself whenever challenges go on, it's when it's not out of fear. It's from a place of love, from a place of gratitude. In those moments, I'm able to think logically. I could think emotionally, but from better emotions, more productive emotions. I could do what's best for myself and for those around me. And I think the key here is knowing how to flip that switch, how to turn that knob, how to pull that lever to go from fear to love, from fear to gratitude, from fear to action. I recently had an opportunity come up, and when I saw it come up, I remember having these mixed emotions, but I immediately jumped on the opportunity. I remember that. The thing is, over the next few days, I started to wonder why I jumped so fast at that opportunity. I knew deep down it wasn't truly aligned with the direction I wanted to go in, but I saw it as a good opportunity. Why? It wasn't until today, until I calmed my mind and I really thought about it, that I realized that first reaction was out of fear. Fear for missing out on the opportunity, fear of missing out on the financial benefits, fear of the uncertainty that's already in my life. Because this shined a light on a small amount of certainty that I could create in my life. But what I also knew deep down in my heart, in my body, in my mind, in my soul, my spirit, that it wasn't the right move. It wasn't right for me. I was meant to stay uncomfortable longer until I created and achieved what I wanted to create and achieve. And it's not out of this sense of pride or ego, but from a sense of service. Because at the very beginning of this year, when I decided to spend the first 8 hours of the year, from midnight on New Year's until sunrise, outside in the cold, waiting for the sunrise, I knew I was setting up myself for a year of discomfort and great rewards. Great rewards as a result of discomfort. Over those 8 hours of waiting outside, second guessing myself, wondering if I should just go home, rest, and then wake up for the sunrise later, I realized that that's what my life has been like the past few years, as a reaction of fear from discomfort. So it was on that very first night very first morning of this year, I made a commitment to myself that I would have to become very uncomfortable this year to get what I wanted. And I would have to become very uncomfortable this year so that I can be an example for others, so that I can teach others from a place of experience, not from a place of, I read this in a book type of knowledge. Experience and execution trump knowledge any day of the week, any day of the year. I saw the value in doing something that scared me and being able to teach from that place. Because from this place, this is where real courage comes from, real discipline, the ability to really feel an emotion and embrace it, not just try to get rid of it. When we react to fear, we're trying to just get out of the fear, which is understandable. Many times that's what I try to do anyways by getting into love. But I think there's a difference between running from fear and using love to go through fear. Because when I'm getting out of fear, I'm not running from it. I'm deciding to use my power and my emotions of love, of passion, of courage, of determination, of excitement to acknowledge the fear and say that I'm going to do what I'm afraid of anyways. That's the difference. We all have a choice, and we all don't have to feel fear, not forever at least. But are you going to try to run from fear and have it constantly creep up on you in the back of your mind? Or are you going to work through it, have courage and overcome it, and make sure that it never scares you ever again? A little heads up, when you choose the latter, you're still going to be afraid. Your fears are actually going to get bigger, just like your problems, just like your challenges. And because of that, so is your life. The bigger the problems you have, the bigger the life you have. The only people in this world that don't have problems are buried 6 feet under the ground. So you want problems. Solving problems is what gives us life. It makes us feel alive. And the best problem that you can have, or should I say, the most available problem that you have to solve is overcoming your own fears. Overcoming your own fears expands your life and then reveals, funny enough, new problems. New problems that challenge you and push you and stretch you, knock you down. And then you get to come back up, overcome those challenges, and grow again. All you need is within you now. Any fear that you have right now, you have everything you need inside to overcome it, to be bigger than it. Your fears and your challenges, they're not fears and challenges, they're worthy opponents. And when you start seeing these challenges as worthy opponents, you'll find that you will begin to grow into the worthy hero, the hero that is able to conquer and overcome these opponents. And when you grow into a bigger person, your life becomes bigger. It's in becoming a bigger person do you create a bigger life. And that could mean so many things for so many different people. For you, it can mean more love, more passion, more intimacy. It can mean more travel, more trips, more money, more experiences. It could mean more contribution, more giving, more donations, more charitable work, more volunteer time. It could be more exercise, more time, more energy, racing more, lifting more, winning more. Life can look bigger in so many different ways. And in whatever area of your life that you want to grow in, you have to overcome that level's opponent. Where's that level's opponent? It's your fears. Your fears will shine the way like bright road flares, telling you exactly which way to go and where the battle begins. All you need is within you now, and you are enough. You have everything you need. You have the resources, you have the capabilities. And if you feel like you don't, you have the capability of getting those skills, finding them. It's not something that is coveted and hidden and you'll never have access to. No, it's within you. And all you need to do is unlock it for yourself. Find someone to mentor you. Find someone to guide you. Find someone to give you advice based off of their experiences. Find someone that lived a life that you want to live and ask them to help you, to support you, to guide you. That's how this works. It's a good day to have a good day. It truly is. I look forward to the rest of my day, and I'm spending a lot of time lately out of my week exercising and eating well. And at first, that spooked me because I started saying, I should be working more. I should cut back. But I've been in this cycle before, and I reacted out of fear in those times as well. Fear that I'm not doing enough in other areas of my life. But what I've also learned is that the more I do something, the more efficient I become. The more I do something and the more I learn, it only takes up a lot of time in the beginning, because later on, I optimize my time. I maximize it. And then not only do I have more time, but I'll have more energy. Because the more I exercise and the more I eat healthy, the more my body will produce. So this time, rather than being afraid and shying away from it, I'm just seeing this as the short season of my life where I am not just doubling down, but I'm tripling down on my health, on my energy. I'm still working when I can, where I can, on my business, and of course on this podcast. And I know that soon it'll all be clear why I've had the week that I've had and why I'm focusing on the things that I'm focusing on. I'm already in the best shape of my life, and I know that it's only going to get better. Over these next few weeks and next few months, I'm absolutely going to crush it. And by the end of this year, like I always say, I'll be unrecognizable. I was speaking to a friend recently, and I said, I think a practice that I'm going to start next year is every single day I'm going to listen to that day's episode from a year ago. I'm going to re-listen to this podcast, episode for episode, every single day, and relearn these lessons that I'm learning. Take notes on my own work, because something tells me that I may have similar fears in the future. They're going to be bigger because I have a bigger life, but the theme is going to be the same. And so because of that, I'm just going to continue going forward. I'm creating these episodes almost as a documentation to myself. Who knows where I'll be a year from now? And wherever I'll be, it's going to be exactly where I'm meant to be. I hope you have a beautiful and wonderful rest of your day. Truly, you deserve everything that you have coming your way in the best way possible. Remember to fill up with the love, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.